All right, guys. So now I'm going to be giving you guys a checklist. This is my discretionary model part 2. I'm going to be giving you guys a checklist that you can use every single day coming into your trading session, right? This is something that you should be looking at and checking off before you enter a trade. This is something that I had when I first started out trading. I would have sticky notes printed up on my walls and put onto my computer screen so I can actually sorry, I need to stop reading chat. Anyways, let's go into this 2024 trading model checklist. And if I'm missing anything that you guys want me to add, please tell me. All right, this will be the title of this. All right, let's get into this. So I think first off, we'll start with like your overall bias, right? How you're gonna go into even what your bias is, right? Okay. How do I center this? Ooh, I like that. Bold. How do I center it? C? Command C? Maybe.
You are? It's ready.
Far left. This? Fuck you. Who just did that? Wow, this is taking so long. Anyways, let's go to bias. Okay, so starting off with the bias, I think first question you're going to have to ask yourself. These are just questions you're going to ask yourself, all right? Are we trading inside / rejecting higher time frame PD array, all right? This will be either 15-minute, hourly, 4-hour, for value gap, OB, breaker. Okay. Make it bigger font. Okay. How do I make it bigger font? Moderators, what's wrong with you? Command like up, shift up, view zoom in. View zoom in. Thank you. All right, 5 minutes not valid. So if we are rejecting from a 15-minute, right? If we're rejecting from a 15-minute and then we create a 5-minute out of that and then we reject out of that, that's valid. Okay, so that's what I mean. But overall, rejecting from a 15-minute. If we create like a 5-minute and we form 1-minute structure off of that, right? So that's the first question you have to be asking yourself. Next, for bias. Did we sweep? Prominence, higher time frame, liquidity. Previous session, previous day, internal high, internal low, inside of fair value gap. Okay. Finally, is time aligned? These are the 3 questions you have to ask yourself for bias. 9:30 to 11, 1 to 2:30 p.m. Open, low, high, close. Open, high, low, close. Okay. All good? All good. Let's go into now. Why isn't it going to the left? All right, there we go. Now let's go into entry, okay? Your entry. For your entry, and again, this is for my discretionary model. This is a checklist that I guess I'm just making right now, but this is what I would use if I were to use like a checklist. This is what I basically use like in my head. So equal highs, equal lows, / equal highs. Low resistance liquidity, data highs, lows, or an unfilled 5-minute, 15-minute. Question mark. Okay. Is this the highest time frame inversion for value gap? Okay. Is there an internal liquidity sweep / SMT? Could be an SMT. And have we traded below equilibrium of the dealing range. Okay. It doesn't have to be the dealing range. Of the overall range. Okay. And then some, I guess, some etc. Some like other questions to ask yourself. Like from today, I guess, is a good example. Why doesn't it go to the right? I mean the left. I'm going to actually crash out. Okay, there we go. I guess just like another question mark. I don't know how to do this. Whatever. Have we already met the objective of it? Have we already met the objective of the given trading session? For example, this morning, right? We had that huge dump overnight. And that's something that you probably shouldn't be trading AM session, right? Is there equal lows / equal highs or low resistance liquidity where your stop loss would be? And do we have clear lower time frame structure? I mean, this isn't necessary. I mean, it is, I guess. Confirming bias, yeah. But there's times where I take early entries, but that's something to take notice of. And then I guess just for like other things, I guess just like going into this to the day, I mean to the actual trade. I'll put like other. Okay. Other would be what would I put for other? I'll just put like for actual sizing of positions, because sometimes you can get lost in the actual trade and then forget what the sizing is. So like for one contract, $750 is what, 150 ticks. So this is just for like for your stop loss. $500 is around 100 ticks. And this is, I guess, for like a 150K. If you're using that, 2 contracts. $750 is 75 ticks, and then $500 is 50 ticks. Okay. All right. So this is pretty much. Yeah, I mean that's the objective of the day. That's what it's right here, and that's what you just said. This. Okay. All right. I mean, we can put this maybe into the trading. Here we go. Now it looks a little bit better, I guess. Not really. Looks a little bit worse. Yeah. Again, have we traded below equilibrium of the range? Yeah, that's generally what I ran for us. Golden pocket is below OT. It's 0.7, what is it, 08? Yeah, this is 705. 705. All right. All right. So using this checklist, let's go into the trade that we took in PM session, right? All right. So let's whip out our checklist now. Let's whip out our handy dandy little checklist. So we can do it like that. All right. So let's say I got my little checklist to the left of me, right? And I'm going into PM session. All right. Here's little me trading PM session. First thing I want to know. Are we trading inside of a higher time frame PD array, or are we rejecting it? Yes, we are rejecting this hourly. Check your marker. Did we sweep higher time frame prominent liquidity? Yes, we did. That 15-minute low inside of the fair value gap, right? We go on the 15-minute. It's a pretty higher time frame liquidity. Also, I would be waiting for internal, right? So I'd want to be waiting for internal here. So this is an intermediate low inside of fair value gap. That's one, right? Is time aligned? Yes, it is currently 1 p.m. and I'm looking for an open low, which is happening right here. All right, so that's bias. Now for my entry. Let's go into the entry. I guess I should put this above. but really not. I guess this is more entry. Internal liquidity sweep SMT. Okay, check mark here for the entry because we get the SMT at this low. Next, is there equal highs, equal lows, low resistance liquidity, data lows, data highs, or an unfilled 5-minute or 15-minute? We have an unfilled 5-minute right here, and it's also an unfilled hourly. And you could say this is, I guess, is some low resistance liquidity. I was mainly just paying attention to that 5-minute above, and also no equal highs, but these highs here look really good, stacked highs. Right? Okay, nice. We trade below equilibrium of the range, right? We have equilibrium here, but also overall on this range here. If you look in the hourly chart, right? We are obviously very discounted. Okay. Finally, is there equal lows? Wait. No. That's not enough. Okay, so check mark here. Is this the highest time frame inversion? All right. Let's go on the 5-minute. There's a 5-minute for rally gap. All right. Is there a 6-minute? No. There's a 5-minute. Is there a 4-minute? Yeah, 3-minute, whatever. 5-minute. Okay. 5-minute for a rally gap. Wait for that. There we go. That's the highest time frame. Now, have we already met the objective of the given trading session? Not the objective of this given trading session. No. So no. Is there equal lows, equal highs, or low resistance liquidity where your stop loss would be? No, there isn't. All right. Let's protect low. Do we have clear lower time frame structure confirming bias? I would say so, yes. We have this. We have the SMT. We have clear displacement through this. On the lower time frame, we got an inversion here. All right. All good. Now I'm going to go in for my contract sizing here. I'm about to take this trade. You could put your stop loss. I mean, you could put it, let's say, at this breaker here. This breaker wouldn't be bad. Even at this low, it's not bad either. But let's say you want to give yourself a little bit more room to risk here. Let's say you want to have it at this breaker here, right? So this low, high, lower, low, higher, high. Say you want it at this breaker. At this low. Okay, that's about 103 ticks. So what's that? 100 ticks is around $500. So we can go one contract there. Anything above that is above $750 if we went with two contracts. If we could just put it at this low though, then we can maybe squeeze in 750 if we put a stop here. So then we can maybe squeeze in two contracts, right? Cool. Nice. And there's your TPs. And then you go break even at the internal high right here. And then you TP at the buy side level. And that's that. All right. And there's your perfect trading session. Aquí. You don't trade past 3 now. I mean, yeah, if there's news at like 2. Yeah, if we have like FOMC at 2:30 or whatever, I'll trade past 3. But no, I never trade usually past like 2:30. Can a prone liquidity sweep be 15-minute? Yeah. But mainly, I want you guys to be focusing here is on time-based liquidity. So previous sessions, be focusing on. Watch the One Setup for Life video by ICT. I think that video will help you guys a lot with liquidity. Do you ever only enter if the high of time frame liquidity sweep, if there's a higher time frame? So this could either be, I guess this is an and or. I mean, this is a and or situation, right? Right here. This could either be, are we trading inside, or did we sweep higher time frame liquidity? Usually if we get both of these, like for the scenario we had today, we swept this 15-minute low inside of this for rally gap, and then we also, right here, right? And then this was also an hourly for rally gap. This was also like a breaker, right? So, I mean, this was like a really good setup. So once when you have both of those, it's A+. Right, so this, and you can use this to determine whether your setup is A versus A+, whether you want to risk 750, 500, or even less, 500. And again, I'm using a 150K example here, right? Let's say you don't have everything checked off here. Let's say this isn't the highest time frame inversion, all right? Maybe going for lighter size here because this setup wouldn't be A+ yet. What if time's not aligned, right? Let's say you're trading at 3 p.m. Maybe going a little bit lighter size. What if yeah, we don't have clear lower time frame structure yet. This might have been an early entry. Then again, maybe lighter size. But if we have all this aligned, and this is what's in my head, then I'm going to be, going in here for an A plus, A plus entry, and I'm going to be going in with my full size, whether that's $750, yeah. How much are you risk for a 50K? I mean, whatever 0.5 is. Should I use ES while using checklist? Sure. Yeah, I guess. Is there? Yeah, I should add that. Is there news coming up? I don't know significance yet. Okay, well I'll answer that in a second. How do you trade when you go? How do you trade when you go in with one contract and can't take partials? You just trade micros instead then. When is it valid to take an inversion when we haven't swept liquidity if we're rejecting from a higher time frame PDRA? But usually we will be sweeping some sort of liquidity most of the time. But like if you're saying like usually like V-shape recoveries. Here's the thing with V-shape recoveries is I usually won't get in off the initial V, and instead I'll wait for a confirmation that it is a V-shape recovery, and then wait for a fair value gap here to get respected, and then for us to then trade out of this, and then I'll take some sort of setup in here. But I won't usually get in off like the first inversion because I do like waiting for that manipulation leg because it always is possible. But if we end up getting that V-shape recovery, and I see that afterwards, I'll then wait for a lower time frame entry, or people call it the second distribution stage of the buy model. So I'll wait for that. All right. For the first buys point, it says trading inside rejecting. Is sweeps not a good way? Yes, again, so this could either be this is an and or. I guess. I don't know, just and or this. Yeah. Just and or. Yeah, that's a good, yeah, that's good. That's a good like question to ask yourself. And like and fuck, I was gonna say something else. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Check to add, check it. Yes. Oh yeah, is there a SMT against bias? I guess. I mean, I feel like it's gonna add too much analysis paralysis. Honestly, if your setup's good, your setup's good. Is it possible for price to sweep liquidity and reject off a higher time frame period but still not work out in your favor? Yes, it's trading. You're going to have trades that look A plus, not be A plus, of course. if it wasn't possible for a price to sweep liquidity, tap into higher time frame PDRA and not go straight to stop loss, then everyone would be millionaires. But unfortunately, trading is not that easy. How do you differentiate if something is a sweep or a break of structure? How the bodies are closing. So, if you see this low here, if you see this as a market structure shift, you're waiting for this to be a potential market structure shift. If you see this high get swept and have no candles closing above it, it's most likely a turtle soup sweep. versus if we get a high closure above it with some displacement. That's why unicorns are a thing. That's why breakers are a thing. That's what a breaker is. It's a candle closure above the recent swing high with displacement with a fair value gap, making this a breaker. That's why breakers are so powerful, because this means it's a market structure shift, versus you won't see, this is not a breaker. If we get a candle closure like this and then we wick it, that's not a breaker. That's just a turtle soup to then trade back lower, right? So that's why breakers are so such a powerful tool, because this is like a breaker structure, market structure shift, clear displacement through a recent swing high, with displacement. Again, displacement being with the fair value gap. Displacement is just a fair value gap and how fast we're trading through a recent swing high or swing low. But that's how you can differentiate it. Psychology, yeah. Have I accepted the risk? This trade could just run as... Yeah. I guess I'll add that. And what else? Have we accepted the risk? And I guess something like, yeah, I mean, that's fine. If I think of something else, I'll put it. How do I know the objective? I mean, you'll see it, like if you have like a clear hourly target objective and like Asian session takes it out, then the clearest draw on liquidity, and the Asian session like takes it out beforehand, or pre-market takes it out beforehand, you'll most likely see chop after that. It's always what happens. That's what happened this morning. And in PM. PM was just sloppy. Super sloppy delivery. Before getting my first payout, I blew one PA, and it was pretty immediate too. I pretty much blew it instantly. Do you even use 101? I currently don't use 101, but if you trade Forex, I do recommend it, but I don't recommend, I mean, I trade futures, so. Yeah, that's probably an A+ inversion. Yeah, Clay. Shoot a charting session, finding out daily bias. I did do a daily bias charting session. I can't remember which one it was though. I don't think I put a title for it. Fuck. I don't know. I did do a daily bias though, but I can make, I guess, I'll do one maybe tomorrow or Monday. I'll do a daily bias. You gonna post a screenshot? Yeah, I'll just send this to you guys. Or yeah, I'll post a screenshot of this. Wait, what was I gonna put? I just remembered. Oh yeah. Well, I guess I have accepted the risk is the same thing as like don't take more than like 3 trades in a day. Maybe. I mean, for everyone new here, probably only 2. And this can, again, do this to how you guys like. Again, this is like for me personally, this is how I would do it. And I would say to myself, have I taken more than 3 trades today? I don't know how else to say this, but yeah. But again, put this to how you guys would like. Right? Do you think I should stick to one con on my funded futures or switch to micros on 50K? Because I forgot that you can do 110 micros. Micros for sure. Can you go another example of your model on the chart? Yeah. I mean, we didn't even have it today. I don't know. We have it. What do we have? Maybe Tuesday we had a setup. Not even. Is it feasible to trade with NQ with 1 of 1 or any CFD brokerage? Yeah, but I wouldn't recommend trading. No, I mean, like, I wouldn't recommend trading NQ. Like, with the way I trade personally, I just can't trade NQ with 1 of 1 because, I mean, of course, with spreads and stuff, I'm like, I guess I would say I'm a scalper because I'm sometimes in trades for no more than like 2 minutes at times, and you know, my stop loss is, I really like like the spreads sometimes vary by like 10 ticks. Like, it's pretty bad sometimes. So with the way I trade, I wouldn't. I mean, if you're swing trading, 1 of 1 is a really good prop firm, and yeah, of course use it. But if not, if you're not swing trading and you're just trading NQ, trade futures instead. There's no reason to trade with 1 of 1 with futures. Why do you choose to trade NQ instead of ES? Just better volatility, faster, much cleaner. ES is not as clean at all. Alright, guys. I think that's going to cover it here. You do 0.5. Yeah, sometimes I'll risk more.